こんにちは。アルファアドバイザーズの坂下です。今日は南洋理工大学の金融工学、それからビジネススクールのアドミッションに来ていただいております。南洋理工大学はシンガポールにあるんですが、アルファではね、最近シンガポール、非常に大人気のエリアの一つで、ご存知の方も多いと思いますが、シンガポール現地でヘッジファンドとかアセットマネジメント、あとは現地の、いわゆる日本から言うと外資の IT とか、で、もちろん日本に帰ってきてコンサルとか事業会社に、転職、キャリアアップしていく方々もいらっしゃいます。で、今日はビジネススクールも、アドミッションに来ていただいてお話ししていただきますし、ちょっとユニークな学位としては金融工学ですね。南洋理工大学の金融工学。名前の通り理工大学なので、非常に理系に強い。ビジネススクールもとても有名なんですけども、理工系にも強いということで、この金融工学が、なんといっても最強の大学院の一つです。で、特徴としては、カーネギーメロン大学、アメリカのカーネギーメロン大学になんと交換留学に行けるということで、アルファからも、特に若手の方とかですね、もう非常に今人気が出てきていて、合格して今年行く方もいますし、結構ね、こう穴場というか、意外と知らなかったっていう方も多くて、知ってみるとですね、非常にこの金融工学にも強い学校なんですが、そんな南洋理工大学のアドミッションに、今日は学校の全体の説明、それからビジネススクール、金融工学、それぞれご担当のアドミッションの方にお話してもらおうと思います。で、やはり、エッセイ、それからレジュメ、それからテストですね。MBA は通常通り GMAT とか GRE のテスト、それから金融工学の方も GRE とかね、テストがあります。ただ、南洋のいいところはですね、金融工学といっても、それまで何か理系工学部とか、コンピュータサイエンスとかエンジニアリングとか、数学、統計とか、必ずやっていなければいけないというわけではなく、結構ね、間口としては広い。で、しかも、数学とかは結構能力、素質が問われるところではあるんですけど、アルファからも別にその関係ない学位からも進学している方もいますので、もうぜひね、金融工学学んでいきたい。もうこれから最も稼げる学位じゃないかと私は思ってますけれども、ヘッジファンドとかアセマネ、クオンツ行きたい。それからもちろん MBA を取って、特にシンガポールとかアジアのネットワークが欲しいとか、シンガポールで就職したい。そういう方はね、必見だと思います。アルファアドバイザーズでは今まで17年間社会人の方のキャリアサポートをしてきました。ビジネススクールもそうですし、それから最近だと今日お話しするような金融工学、あとはコンピューターサイエンスとかデータサイエンス、それから MBA とコンピューターサイエンスとか、MBA と金融工学とかね、取ってる方もいるんですが、いわゆるデュアルディグリーということで、もう MBA といってもね、非常にジェネラルな時代になってきているので、より専門性が高い学位を組み合わせて取る方もいます。で、あとは、やはり皆さんのキャリアゴール、目標によっては、もちろんそのまま転職をする。特に MBA とか行かずにね、まずは転職でキャリアアップというか、転職で自分の行きたい方向に向かっていく。そういう方も金融とか商社、不動産とか IT、アセマネなど転職サポートもしてます。で、今日は MBA 金融工学のお話なんですが、ちょうど三菱商事さんの今第二新卒の転職の、面接をやっている時期なんですけれども、驚くほどアルファからですね、面接通過の報告が来ていまして、はい。これからもっと最終とかに向けてね、皆さん向かっていくんですけども、転職したいよという方、もう非連続的にキャリアをガツッと上げて、海外で働くとか、マネージメント層に行くとか、やっぱり未経験でヘッジファンド、アセマニに飛び込みたい。そういう方は、ぜひ MBA 大学院もサポートしております。で、本当に様々な事例があります。20代、30代前半の方もたくさんいらっしゃいますし、それからミドルキャリア、30代、40代で MBA、それからデータサイエンスとか金融工学の大学院に行ってキャリアアップしている方もたくさんいます。で、シンガポールは、日本からも比較的行きやすい、かつアメリカに比べると期間が短かったりですね、ご家族で、お子さんの教育の機会がたくさんあったりするので、シンガポールにもう行きたいという方もね、たくさん来てますので、ぜひ今日の動画も見ていただいて、シンガポール、南洋受けたい。で、シンガポールといってもいろんな学校があるので、学校選びの相談したいとかですね、 シンガポールとアメリカ、どっちが自分のキャリアに合っているかな。そういったご相談もいつでも受け付けております。で、本当にキャリアは早くキャリアゴールを決める。で、そこに向かって適切な手段を早く認識して、いち早くそっちの方向に向かっていく。これがやっぱり一番成功率が高いと。当然なんですけども、思ってますので、今のところでね、なんかちょっと違うよなとか、ちょっと将来不安だなと思っている方も、ぜひ相談していただいて、皆さんが圧勝できるキャリアに向かっていってほしいなと思います。アルファは、代表の入住さんがね、17年前に立ち上げまして、入住さん、それから経験豊富なアドバイザーが皆さんをサポートしております。で、今日は私、坂下が南洋理工大学のアドミッションの方々と共に学校の魅力、それから皆さんのご質問も、YouTube に入れていただければどんどんお答えしたいと思います。なかなか穴場というかですね、そんないいプログラムがあったのかっていう発見もあると思いますし、いろいろ聞きたいことをどんなことでも YouTube のコメント欄に入れていただければお答えします。日本語で大丈夫なので、英語でも日本語でも大丈夫です。はい。ということで、ここからはアドミッションの方にお話ししてもらおうと思います。Helen, thank you very much for taking your time today. Could you start your presentation?
Thank you very much, Amy, for the introduction. Sure, I'll go ahead to share my screen. Hey. Right, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Once again, thank you everyone for taking your time to join us at our info session today. Thank you, Amy, for this chance to also collaborate on this session with Alpha Advisors. I'm Helen from the Nanyang MBA Outreach and Admissions team. So today I'll be sharing a snapshot of our MBA programs, of the full-time MBA program, and later I will pass on the time to my colleague Erica, who will be sharing with you about the specialized master's program offered by Nanyang Business School. Okay, so I'm not sure how many of you have been to Singapore, but if you do come by and visit us, I would love to invite you to our Gaia building, which is actually a building that is designed by a Japanese architect, Toyo Ito. This is, I wouldn't say it's new because we shifted in about 1 year plus already. And what's so great about this building is, firstly, it's Asia's largest wooden building. It's known for sustainability, and NTU is big on sustainability. And this is also the place where you will be studying your MBA classes. Just to really let everybody have a sense of what's Nanyang Business School. Nanyang Business School, we are a premier business school within a leading technological university. We are known for our world-class innovation, research, and business education. And here at MBS, there are 3 main pillars that guide us in everything that we do and everything that we believe, that you should be equipped with as you join our MBA programs or specialized masters. So the 3 tenets or pillars that guide Nanyang Business School are, firstly, innovate through interdisciplinarity. It's quite a mouthful, but what does it really mean is that technology and innovation is truly in the DNA of NTU. I think NTU has this rich heritage in tech and innovation. We are known as a pioneer in harnessing technology for various business domains. Hence, our programs, our MBA and specialized masters, emphasize interdisciplinary learning. And we believe by doing so, we are able to empower you, our business leaders, to address challenges like urban sustainability, supply chain, etc. for today's dynamic landscape. The second pillar, which is essential to us, is what you see here: lead with cultural dexterity. Yeah. And what does that really mean? We are strategically based in Singapore, and Nanyang Business School blends Asian and Western influences in its programs. Our world-class faculty integrates Asian heritage with business insights, emphasizing cultural intelligence. So I'm not sure how many of you know what is cultural intelligence, but it's actually, in short, what we call CQ, and it's actually pioneered and coined by our professor, this term. So CQ, I would say Nanyang Business School is the birthplace of the CQ. Yeah. All right, so the third one, which is transform for sustainability, and this is really shown in the building the ecosystem of NTU right here. And as you can tell, if you've been to Singapore, come and visit us, you'll be able to see Singapore actually has 16 sustainable buildings, and 8 of them are housed right here in in NTU itself. So we are really known as experimental test bed for sustainability. Later on, I'll be sharing a little bit more about our rankings. I'll explain a little bit more about our sustainability belief. Okay, let's move on. Well, the Nanyang MBA is now ranked the #1 MBA in Singapore, climbing an impressive 10 places to 22nd ranking, 22nd position globally in the Financial Times Global MBA Rankings 2025. Our graduates continue to set new benchmarks, achieving competitively high salaries, excellent job outcomes, and this milestone really reflects our commitment to academic excellence, innovation, and real-world impact. Well, some of the very interesting rankings that you can derive from Financial Times 2025 is that we are also ranked first in Asia for sustainability efforts. And this truly reflects NTU's leadership in sustainable education and research. So sustainability is deeply embedded in our curriculum, not only in MBA programs, but also across our specialized masters. And we believe by doing so, we equip our students to drive meaningful change. The other ranking that Financial Times releases really the value for money. We are actually ranked 4th in the world globally for value for money. And what I really would like to say is this showcased a strong return of investment for our graduates. Well, I think maybe for many of you who are pursuing an MBA, you will be interested to know about the salary growth, the post-MBA career growth. And one of the main indicator in the Financial Times global MBA ranking is weighted salary. So this is one of the dominant factor when it comes to ranking for any business school. And I think, I'm very happy to share that our graduates have achieved a very healthy salary growth for the past 3 years because they actually take the graduates from 3 years ago, and hence this is the outcome of our ranking. So I think what we can really safely say is that our graduates have, for this past 3 years, have experienced a healthy salary increase and career growth. All right, so a snapshot of our MBA class profile. Every year we take in about 80 to 90 students. If you compare us with other public universities, you will find that we actually recruit one of the smallest MBA cohort. We believe in a smaller faculty to student ratio. Even at a class of 80, what we do is we split the class into 2, 40-40 each. So everyone really gets a chance to share, to discuss, to contribute in class. The peer-to-peer learning in the classroom environment is a highlight in the program. The average age is 29 years old, 40% women represented, but my incoming cohort that just started their classes in July. This year, we are proud to say that we have achieved a balanced 50-50, 50% women representation. So very balanced gender diversity in the class. We have people coming from 15 to 20 nationalities, people with average of 6 years experience. But yes, we do have those who are the younger ones, 3 years, and those who are about 10, 11 years, but 6 to 7 is the average in class, and professionals coming from as many as more than 20 industries. So what I would really want to draw your attention to is on the right-hand side of the screen. As you can see, where do they really go after their MBA? Where do they work? 57% of them are employed in Singapore. And if you actually look at a class of 80, typically 90% of them are international students. So 90% of them are international students. This tells you that most of them have not worked in Singapore. But by the end of the program, within 3 months of graduation, 57% of them were able to secure and find something in Singapore. So I think this is a very healthy figure that we achieved more than a 50%. And 27% of them are employed in East Asia. And actually, you will find more of them in Japan, in Tokyo, because of our very popular Nanyang Waseda double MBA program. So about 27% of them eventually settle down and work in Japan. 16% of them are employed in the rest of the world, because we also have other double degrees like the Nanyang ASEC double masters and the Nanyang St. Gallen double masters, which I will share a little bit more in my slides. So right here, what you see is the 12-month MBA program, our regular 12-month MBA program. And this is the program structure that you see here. It's quite wordy, but I will take you through one by one. 1 year accelerated MBA program. It is actually split into 3 main trimester. Trimester 1 is where you will see these 10 core courses, where you will complete about 70% of these 10 core courses. And some of our very signature modules are like analytics for decision making, which is taught by our Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, Professor Goh Kim Hwat. He himself is an expert in generative AI and data analytics. Technology and e-business, which is the 4th module you see here, is taught by Professor Vijay Safety. Professor Vijay, if you Google him a little bit, he has been awarded as one of the world's best business educator by Economist Intelligence Unit. So he takes you through very amazing studies of business that have revolutionized in the digital age. Marketing, even for a very traditional marketing module that you will find in any MBA program, this is taught by our Deputy Dean, Professor Sharon. For herself, she is an expert in tech as well. So she will bring you through an understanding of marketing in the tech era. So what I'm really trying to share here is that you will find that many of these professors who are teaching you, they have been trained in business. They took their PhD from the US or the Europe countries, but they are also cross-trained in tech. In fact, we have the largest ITOM faculty in Singapore, meaning the largest faculty who are experts in internet technology operations and management. So you will find that many of these professors who teach you, they themselves are also experts in technology. Okay, so that's where the interdisciplinary flavor really comes in the MBA program. So in trimester 1, you will finish about 70%, and the rest of the 30% is spread into trimester 2 and 3. Trimester 2 is where you really focus on your specialization tracks. You actually move into your specialization tracks, where you will see these 4 electives in the middle of the slide, the blue portion. We have a few tracks that we offer. General management is one of the most flexible one, because you can mix and match electives from all the remaining tracks, like strategy, banking, marketing. You can mix and match the electives under general management. Sustainability and innovation is one of the latest track that we offered, and it has been ongoing for about coming to 3 years right now. And what we have observed is that there is gaining attraction of graduates who want to move into sustainability. As what we know right now, the Big Fours, the MBB, and many of the tech giants, they are looking into strategy in sustainability, and there is a huge demand in Singapore for people who knows about sustainability and innovation. So trimester 2 is where you move into your specialization tracks, and trimester 3 is where you finish up most of your core modules and your specialization tracks. So it is not uncommon to see that many of your classmates will be packing their modules within 10 months, even though this is a 12-month program, but you are able to actually accelerate it and pack it into a 10-month program. And many of them, what they do is that they took on the additional 6 months full-time internship. So the 6 months internship is where you are actually based in Singapore or anywhere else in the world. You are able to actually take on an internship module to really learn and understand if this is the industry where you want to pivot into. So 80% of the students in my class are what I call career switchers. They are looking at some kind of pivot, either in the job function, industry, or location of where they work. So the internship really comes in handy for them to make that pivot, to make that switch. So your MBA program, the regular 12-month MBA program, can actually be stretched into an 18-month program, including the 6 months internship. I've not talked about our capstone module, which I'll bring you through the next slide. You will also embark on 3 main main capstone on top of your 10 core and 4 electives from your specialization. So these 3 capstone modules are also really highlights of your MBA program. Well, the first one is our very signature SPAN project, strategy projects at Nanyang, where you will be working with sponsored companies, and these companies are like Microsoft, Takara, Coca-Cola, Sumitomo, Continental. So it's a very diverse group of companies, and you and your classmates will come in small groups of 3 or 4, and you will be working with one of this company, and usually they will come to you and to let you know that, okay, they have a problem. For example, Microsoft had a business challenge, and your role is to put on the hat of a consultant to help Microsoft come up with a strategy in 100 days to solve their business problem. So this is where you really put everything you learn to the test within that 100 days to help these sponsored companies solve a business problem. So this is really interesting because you really get to learn a lot more, not just from the companies, but from your classmates who bring with them their expertise from various industries. So the next capstone module is business study mission, where you travel 1 week to an overseas country to really learn about the Asian business landscape. So this year, our MBA graduates went in, they traveled to emerging markets. So NTU is also known for research in the emerging markets to understand the potential for growth. So this year, our graduates went to Ho Chi Minh City in Jakarta, where they really get to go to those top companies to network with some of these top business executives to understand how the Asian business landscape is working. So I think this year, quite a few Japanese, our students, they went to Jakarta because to them, Jakarta is a very interesting city for them to learn and to study. PG, the next capstone is our leadership module. This spreads across a period of 12 months, where you will be learning on cultural intelligence, talent management, negotiation, and leadership. So this leading people globally really aims to discover your personal leadership style. Okay. So I'll not talk about that, but I will talk about the double master's program. So our very, very popular Nanyang Waseda MBA. This is a 14-month program where you 6 months in Singapore and 6 months in Tokyo, Japan. And this program focuses a lot more on general management. Every year, we do see many of the Japanese companies sponsored candidates who favor this program. Some of them comes from Nomura, like Development Bank of China. We do have one from NTT West, but he's in the St. Gallen program. So for Nanyang Waseda, we do see that many of the companies, they do want to send their candidates, their Japanese employees to this program, because I think you spend 8 months in Singapore where you really learn the Asia perspective, and then you go back to Tokyo for 6 months to learn the diverse industries in Japan. So 14 months, Nanyang Waseda, very popular. So usually by round 2 of my application, the seats will be really competitive. The seats left will be really competitive. So if you're interested in the Nanyang Waseda WMBA, I really encourage you to apply early. The other 2 double masters, Nanyang St. Gallen, this is a 2-year program where you spend 12 months in Singapore, 12 months in Switzerland. So you actually graduate with a Nanyang MBA, and also St. Gallen is famous for their Masters of Arts in Strategic and International Management. So this year we do have a company-sponsored candidate. He actually took on this program because he felt that, in his line of work in Japan, he knows a lot more about Asia, but not so much about Switzerland, and he felt that this was something that he could learn and bring back to his company to help the company expand its business in the more European part of the world. The other double masters is the Nanyang ASEC double masters. So ASEC is known for their MIM program, Masters in Management. So it's also a 2-year program. You spend 1 year in Singapore, 1 year in Paris in France, where you graduate with the Masters in Management. So ASEC has a huge network with LVMH. So if you're someone who is into luxury marketing, this program might interest you. Okay, lastly, on scholarship, this year, so maybe let me just bring you through the various scholarships that we have. Nanyang MBA scholarships, these are partial scholarships, what you see in the red side, rate portion. So this covers about 10% to 30% of the tuition fee. So the quantum is about 10 to 30%. These are merit-based scholarships. So these are not needs-based. Avoid telling us why you think you need the scholarship, but what we do need you to do is to tell us why you think you're a deserving candidate of the scholarship. So you do have to submit an essay to share with us perhaps the impact that you have created at work or what you have value added to your community at large. So you can actually apply for more than one category, but I would really strongly encourage you to choose those categories that you feel that most resonate with you, okay? So if you're a female applicant, of course, I would encourage you to apply for the Nanyang Women in Business. If you're someone, who is working in blue chip, or you're someone who have left Japan to work in other parts of the world, you can apply for the Global Citizen or Leadership or Blue Chip scholarship. The other scholarship, external scholarship on the left-hand blue portion, on the top blue left-hand portion, APEX scholarship. So the APEX scholarship is a very prestigious scholarship that is jointly awarded by the Ministry of Education of Singapore and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So this is a full scholarship where it covers your flight. There is also a monthly stipend. And I'm very pleased to share that this year our APEX scholar was awarded to a Japanese candidate. Yeah, so he got the APEX scholarship. So I think for many of our Japanese candidates, if you are interested to know more about this APEX scholarship, do connect with us, and I think we'll be happy to share a bit more with you. Well, the other scholarships are also merit-based, and for grants and subsidies, apply more to Singaporeans and NTU, so I will not go into too much details on that. Finally, application for the 2026 intake has opened. So right now we are already accepting applications. So I will really strongly encourage you to apply early because we practice rolling admissions. So even right now, we are already interviewing candidates and making offers. In fact, my head of admissions and my director just came back from Tokyo from the MBA fair, where they met with many of the candidates in Japan. But we are coming to Japan again. We'll be coming to Tokyo in October and I think in November as well. So do come and connect with us if you would like to know more about the MBA programs. So right now, I would like to pass on the time to my colleague Erica, who will be sharing more with you about the specialized masters, especially the Masters of Science in Financial Engineering. Over to you, Erica.
Thank you. Thanks, Helen, for your sharing. Yes, hi, everyone. Let me just share screen to show my deck. Okay. Hold on. Right. Okay, for tonight, I'll be sharing more with you on our specialized masters in financial engineering specifically. So what is financial engineering? It is actually a multidisciplinary field where there is a combination of three components: the application of financial theories, mathematical methods, as well as computer programming. Now, the combination of this will allow the candidates to be able to solve the complex financial issues that is present in the current world, right? And whether financial engineering, is it suitable for you? So if you have a strong quantitative background and have preferably with some computer programming knowledge in Python, R, C++, as well as if you have an analytical mind, you love to solve complex issues, and lastly, a strong interest in the finance industry, then the specialized masters in financial engineering may be suitable for you. Now, our next deep dive into our competitive edge. Why our program? We have a comprehensive and interdisciplinary curriculum where it consists of 24 modules, and we are also in collaboration with the School of Physical and Mathematical Science, where you can be assured that you will be exposed to a multidisciplinary teaching as well from faculties from other schools, as well as industry insights and network. You'll be assured that we invite industry partners for the students to network, to build out the profile and to speak to industry partners. And lastly, we have this collaboration with Carnegie Mellon, where our students actually spend the last 7-week mini term at Pittsburgh campus at USA. Now, Carnegie Mellon University is actually a very well-known university, and they're actually a pioneer in computational science. So it is a very established university, and if you join our program, you can look forward to a very fruitful and beneficial interactive session with the faculty at Carnegie Mellon. Right. Okay, the program itself is a 1-year full-time program. So this is actually what you can expect, a course calendar that is spread over 3 trimesters. However, before that, we actually have a prep course that actually starts in mid-June, where our candidates are actually will have to embark on the maths prep course. In a way, it is actually to get the candidates to get used to the rigor, as well as to refresh their mind if they may not have touched the maths portion for a few years, especially if they have been working for some time, right? So the course itself starts officially in end July, where in each trimester, you will actually get to go through all the modules that's listed here. And as you can see, they are all very quant-based. We have calculus, stochastic calculus in finance, as well as in advanced statistical modeling, etc. Now, the beauty of this program itself is actually at the end of the course, you will actually have a 6 months optional internship that you can opt for. It's optional, meaning that if you wish to stay on in Singapore for a further 6 months, you can actually look for internships and opportunities. And from there, if there is an opportunity or a chance presents to itself with a suitable opening in that company, you may have been offered a full-time employment as well. Now, so if you notice that there is the US segment, which is at the 7 weeks, and Carnegie Mellon, where you spend the 7 weeks learning about financial computing, simulation methods, term structure, as well as advanced risk management. Now, there are also candidates who choose to remain in Singapore. There is an option for you as well, and you can be under the non-CMU track. And this usually happens when my candidates may have found a full-time job, or they may want to stay on in Singapore to have more internship opportunities, and that's when they will actually choose to be on the non-CMU track. So if you're on the non-CMU track, you actually get to complete the course in NTU itself. And same thing, with this track, you can also opt for the 6 months internship where you get on to stay on Singapore and take on internships as well. Okay. Okay. Next, I will briefly touch on the program structure itself. Now, our Specialized Masters in Financial Engineering, in short, I call it MFE, program has been known to be very intensive and rigorous. So in a sense, if you notice, each trimester is actually broken down into 2 mini terms, and each of these mini terms is actually about 6 to 7 weeks. And at the end of this mini term, you will actually need to go through a quiz or an assessment to ensure that you understand what's being taught and being able to cope with the program once you advance more to the advanced level. So in a way, can imagine you have to take courses, they have take classes for 6 to 7 weeks, and then thereafter you will have to take a quiz right after that. So candidates have told me that it's challenging, but of course with proper time management and more effort to study, to revise for it, they can definitely cope with the program. All right, classes that are held at NTU itself is on weekdays from 6:30 to 10, and sometimes on Saturdays as well. So for a full-time program, you can expect to have classes of at least four in a weekday, as well as on Saturdays. Right? Now, this is the prep course that I mentioned earlier in the program. This actually starts in mid-June. So, and its modules that's being taught are actually listed here. So it will be good if you are keen in the program and should you be accepted into the program do read through and go find out more regarding these topics so that you can be able to better cope with the program once it starts. All right, and this is actually compulsory for all the incoming candidates. Next, we also have 2 prep courses that is optional. One is actually on finance and one is on programming. So now these are optional. It will be dependent on the panelist decision after the interview. So for the course itself, I will touch more on the process subsequently, but there will be an admissions interview should you be accepted into the program. All right. Now, this is something about our current class profile. This is our 2025 intake. Currently, we have 62 participants, and each year we are looking at admitting close to 60 candidates in the class itself. So our percentage male, we have 68, and then female, we have 32, but we try to keep it balanced as much as possible. The average GMAT that we have for our current intake is actually at 699, and our students comes from across the regions in China, Indonesia, Singapore, India, and actually this year we actually have a Japanese that's joining us for the program as well. Okay, and as you can see, majority of the cohort actually goes for the CMU track. So we have 65 of the candidates who takes on the CMU track. All right. Okay, the admissions requirement for the specialized masters in financial engineering, you will require a bachelor degree, okay, a good GMAT or GRE score. This is compulsory. So as well as the TOEFL and the IELTS, this is actually where if your undergrad degree is not taught in English, you will require this as well. And for the program itself, no work experience is required, so it is actually optional. The tuition fees for the course that is on the non-CMU track is actually about 69,000 in Singapore dollars, and if you choose to be on the CMU track, it's about 73,000. So application deadlines, we have 2. One is on the 30th November, and for round 2 is at the 28th February. Now, as per what Helen has shared earlier, same thing for us, we practice rolling admissions. So we encourage candidates who are keen on this program to actually start applying now and submitting your documents, so that once the admissions committee has received all the required documents, we can start reviewing your applications. And if you are found to be suitable, you will actually be invited for the interview earlier as well. And the reason why we have round 1 and round 2, for round 1 deadline is actually a deadline for scholarships application as well. So if you are keen, so do apply by round 1. And of course, if you feel that you will be self-funded, you can actually apply by the final deadline will be by 28th February. But of course, I would also encourage that for you to apply as early as possible, because the goal itself is we are looking at admitting 60 candidates, but every year we receive close to 350 to 380 of applications. So it is the acceptance rate is actually we are looking at about, I would say, 20% of the application. So it is very competitive. And of course, the earlier you apply, the competitiveness will be much lower as compared to if you apply later, where we receive a lot of applications coming in, and the seats that would have, the number of seats that's left will also be limited, because we would actually be starting to give an offer once we have the candidates are found to be suitable, and the seats left will be much lesser, especially nearer to the end of the final deadline, right? Now, so I will briefly share on what to expect once you have submitted your application. There will be a round of admissions interview. So if you are found to be suitable, you will actually receive an email invite for you to attend our admissions interview. So during the interview, you will actually be asked on the maths questions. It's simply because it's for the academic director to assess your quant proficiency, and also whether you will be able to cope with the program. Okay, so interview itself it will be about 20 to 30 minutes, so do cater for that. And once the interview is over, the panelists will actually assess your suitability, and you may expect to receive the acceptance offer within 1 to 2 weeks after the interview. All right, and once you accept the interview, if you decide to accept the admissions offer, you will be also asked to pay the enrollment fee to secure a seat in the program. All right, as mentioned, application is actually now open. So if you are keen, just submit your application, and then we can review application from there. Okay. Now the supporting documents required: a good CV, list down your experience, your work experience, as well also your internship. You will also require a video identity recording as well. So if there will be instructions there, it could be to hold your passport and then just to record your name and to verify that you are the person that is applying. Okay, and your degree scroll, as well as a transcript and a GMAT and a GRE score, TOEFL, IELTS, a copy of the passport size photo, and a nomination of 2 recommenders. All right, for the recommenders portion, we will always encourage you, the candidates, to actually have one that will come from your supervisor or your reporting officer in your workplace. If not, we also welcome your professors during your university days. You can get a professor to write a recommendation for you as well, but do note that the email address that comes from there has to be the official email address, and we do not accept personal email address from recommenders. So do take note on this, because every year we do receive quite a number who actually have recommenders send in their recommendations from the personal email address. Okay. Scholarship-wise, we have a diversity scholarship that covers 40% of the tuition fees, and we also have a merit scholarship, and that covers up to 30% of the tuition fees. All right, you can apply for both, but each of these scholarships you will be asked to complete the essays. But I always tell my candidates to apply for both, and should you be successful in being awarded a scholarship, you will actually be getting the one with the highest quantum. All right. Right. Okay, I have briefly touched on the Specialized Masters in Financial Engineering, which I'm the program that I'm handling. But at Nanyang Business School, we also have a suite of the Specialized Masters that we cater to candidates with different career goals. So for example, our Specialized Masters in Accountancy, it actually is actually for students or candidates who would like to deep dive into the accounting world, in the accounting profession, and as well as in consulting. So for the Specialized Master in Accountancy, we have 2 tracks. One is in general track, and the other is in data analytics track. All right, and we also have a Specialized Masters in Business Analytics. So in this big world where the data is in abundance, how do you manage them? How do you analyze them and make them into useful data to propose business solutions for organizations? So for this program itself will equip our students with this skill set, to be someone who would be able to digest and analyze big chunks of data, and then thereafter propose a business solutions to the company itself. All right. So for this Special Masters in Business Analytics program itself, there are 3 concentrations that the candidates can deep dive into. One is in finance, marketing, and then the lastly will be in technology and operations. Okay, we also have our Specialized Masters in Finance. This is actually one of our the program that will allow the students for success in finance with a strategic focus on China and in the broader Asia and in Pacific, especially in Asia Pacific focus. Okay, we also have a specialist master's in marketing science, where the curriculum's talk would be actually on marketing and on technology. How do you combine this to equip the candidates in MarTech itself, as well as popular modules that we have in this program is the study of human behaviors, and we call it neuromarketing, where our Prof. Gemma, who is very well known in this area, will be teaching the faculty. And lastly, we actually have our specialist masters in actual and risk analytics. In short, we call them MARA. This is actually a very new program that we have just launched for this 2026 intake. So this program, as the name suggests, is actually to allow candidates to deep dive in actuarial science, and especially in sustainability area as well. All right. Right, so I have briefly touched on the specialist master programs that we have at Nanyang Business School. If any of you are keen to know more about it, feel free to connect with me. This is my email address. We can always have a chat, or you can email me, and we can also try to answer your queries from there as well. So hope to hear from you for this session, after this session tonight. Right, with this, this is also another our report on our employment highlights for our specialist masters program. So if you are keen to know where our students goes after graduating from the programs, feel free to download this report and take a look as well. Okay, and if follow us on our social medias to find out more on our events and activities, and also know what our students what student life is, because sometimes they will actually share what are the kind of student experience that they have, what are the interesting food that they can find in the canteen, in the school, the campus itself. All right, so with this, I shall end my session for tonight, and I'll hand over the session to Amy. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the whole great
Thank
presentation.
you. Sorry, I would like to say something. We're actually having a postgraduate fair happening on 30th August. And for those of you who would like to join us, the postgraduate fair is an annual event. We bring together our professors, faculty, industry experts, and alumni to just share, about the global issues right now, and how pursuing an MBA or specialized masters could help you to propel you in the next career growth. So if you're interested to find out more about MBAs and our master's program, please scan the QR code to join us at this event. This is a hybrid event. Okay? Thank you. So, Amy, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Please.
No worries. Yeah, thank you for sharing this event. Is it hybrid? And audience can join in online.
Yes.
And
Yes, that's right.
Okay, thank you. So let's move to Q&A. And may I ask some questions from myself? And could you keep sharing your slides during the Q&A session? I think it would be helpful for candidates to refer back to them.
Sure. You need us to pull slides, is it?
Yeah. So for your slides, I think MBA or
okay. Sure. Just let me go back. I'm going to share screen.
Yeah, thank you. So question from myself at first. For MBA students who are interested in, actually, we have lots of inquiries from MBA applicants who are interested in not only MBA, but finance focus or financial engineering. So is there any opportunity for MBA students to get some courses or projects in financial engineering programs?
Okay. Well, so what I would like to share here is I'll go back to the slide on the program structure. Okay, if you look at the middle portion where we just now shared about how MBA students can move into the specialization tracks, for those who are very interested in business analytics, we do have the track in business analytics, where you will learn not just the business theories, but have an understanding of how, on a strategic level, how do you decipher data and how do you turn them into business solutions for your company? Well, I would say for this specialization, because it is still a track within MBA program, so what students will get is really the breadth of knowledge that they can apply to various domains of the business. Unlike the financial engineering specialized masters that Erica shared, for the MFE program, the financial engineering specialized masters program, it really bring you through and equip you with the depth in financial engineering, that you actually need to learn programming, you need to understand how to apply this theory, apply these frameworks to solve complex financial issues. So compared to the MFE program would definitely be more technical. As for the MBA program, if you do take on the specializations in business analytics, for all these candidates, they will actually go through a prep course in Python. So the MBA class starts in July, but you will come in June for the prep course in Python, so that you will understand, what is the language behind business analytics. But again, because it's still within an MBA program, so it is still at a very strategic level, the knowledge that you will get. And what you will really be equipped with is those frameworks and understanding that will help you to solve business problems across various domains. Yeah. Hopefully I answer your question.
Yeah, thank you. So the next is the career outcome. So the audience are, I think, very interested in the career outcome for each program. So could you elaborate on that? So the career outcome, especially for example, in Singapore, is there major industry or major jobs for international students? Because I think it is not easy for international students to secure a job in Singapore, but is there any big opportunity or like major industries or major companies in Singapore?
Yeah, thank you, Amy, for your question. I believe you're asking specifically for Singapore. Maybe I will give you a more generic picture and I will zoom into Singapore. So what we have seen in our career report is that what are the top industries our graduates went into? The first, our graduates move into technology sector. About 20% of them from the class move into tech sector upon graduation. And I think this has got a lot to do with our heritage in tech and innovation, because we work very closely with the industry partners, and we do have, I would say generally the industries, we are very well recognized in Singapore by the major organizations and many employers. So you will find that many of our graduates, they move into the tech giants like Google, Amazon, or even Tencent, Shopee, Microsoft. So it's pretty common for the MBA graduates to move into the tech sector, about 20% of them, or they pivot into tech. The second one would be, I would say the second one would be quite equally spread among consulting and finance. So 15% move into consulting, 15% move into finance. So you will see the usual suspects. You have the big fours, PwC, Ernst & Young, Accenture, Deloitte, the MBB companies, McKinsey, Bain. So these are very common. And we also, if you talk about finance, I would say the banks and also the insurance companies. And we do also see quite a growing percentage of our graduates moving into fintech. And this again has got to do with the interdisciplinary knowledge that they acquire through the MBA program. So there are quite a number of graduates that are inclined towards fintech. Then you have 10% move into healthcare, and then the remaining into FMCG, manufacturing, aviation, etc. So looking at just Singapore, I think what you can see from the post-MBA geography, about 50% of them. So this 50% of them, they are people who have never worked in Singapore. So this is actually a very encouraging number. And then the next question will be, what is the employment landscape in Singapore right now? I would say that in terms of the tech sector, finance sector, it's doing pretty well. Tech sector is projected for growth in 2025 and also 2026. You can Google a little bit, our Japanese can Google a little bit to understand about the tech sector growth in Singapore and the financial sector growth in Singapore. So I think if you talk about the general economy, Singapore is still doing relatively okay. I understand the geopolitical tensions, the geopolitical climate right now. It is not the most ideal, especially with tariffs rocketing high and all that. But interestingly, Singapore is still in a pretty unique position where we are quite stable. Yeah, so just looking at this year, the general election, we just had our GE in May 2025, where the government talks about how the government had put in steps to cushion recession. So I believe if, let's say, Singapore were to go through a recession, it would be quite a shallow one, given that how the government has taken a lot of steps to ensure that our economy is still doing relatively stable. If you actually look at one of the very recent reports in Business Times, it's quite interesting. It reported about having 240,000 millionaires who are the ones spending on luxury sectors. While luxury sector, luxury marketing, luxury shopping in China and India is experiencing a slump in their growth. Singapore is actually growing in luxury spending. So this is something very unique, I would say, in Singapore. Well, specifically to the MBA graduates, where do they really go? I think we have very diverse portfolio or profiles of alumni who move into many different sectors. I think what is helpful for the candidates is that you will actually be supported by our MBS Career Development Office. In short, we call it GSCDO. But this Career Development Office, they are dedicated to serving our postgraduate students in Nanyang Business School. So the Career Office is not a placement office, but they are more of a service office where they curate very targeted and tailored workshops like mock interviews, resume writing, personal branding, and they actually, from time to time, invite industries to come and speak with our students. So you will have people like PwC that will come, or Tencent that will come to network with our students. And as an MBA candidate, for the 12-month you're with us, you are assigned to a dedicated career coach. So you will have a dedicated career coach that will follow you throughout this 12 months to understand what kind of pivot are you looking at, where are you looking to move into. So the career coach, these career coaches, they are not from NTU, they are actually veterans who are holding leadership position from various organizations in Singapore. So they have a passion for nurturing talents. So they so in fact, Yogo, just now you saw, I didn't point out that, but the postgraduate poster, Yogo was one of our poster boy. He come from Japan. So he was coached by one of the top HR consultant in Singapore, and he actually managed to secure an internship, through that. Well, so in short, you will be able to leverage on a lot of support, in the career office to help you to position yourself with what you want to do in Singapore. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, very interesting. That was very insightful, and I think it's encouraging for audience to see there are still lots of opportunity out there for IT and finance, and the luxury market at Singapore are still expanding. So, and also the great career coach and some opportunity for MBA student to face directly to their recruiters from management consulting firm and tech firms. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Erica, how about for financial engineering program? So because there are lots of candidates, the number of candidates are growing in Japan for who are interested in not only business but also the financial sector, especially for fund and hedge funds in Singapore. So
Yeah.
how is the outcome the graduates of Master of Financial Engineering programs looks like?
Okay, thanks for the question. I think it is really something that a lot of the candidates would be really interested in. I'm happy to share that for our graduates from the Specialized Master in Financial Engineering, I would say we have 100% of them were actually able to secure internship opportunities even before they graduate. So internship is actually something that would be an important step for our students, our alumni, because this is where they are able to put in what they have learned from the classroom to the workplace, and the opportunity for them to prove to the recruiters that they are capable of handling the roles, and when there is an openings at the recruiters organization, they will definitely be offered a full-time of employment then. So internship wise, the candidates can look forward to support from our career office as well as what Helen has shared. But for the specialized masters, our career office actually hosts a lot of network events and alumni events as well, and that's where we will always encourage our students to attend these events, because that's where they build out that network, and that's where they get the opportunity to connect with the recruiters, and when there's opportunities arises, they can secure the higher chances of them being able to secure a role, either internship or full-time employment will be higher. Right. So that's suffice to say that I will also encourage students to not only look at Singapore, but maybe at the wider region, especially maybe in Asia region. It could be in China, in Thailand, because so for example, to share, I do have one candidate. I used to have one alumni who is actually from China. He came forward to Singapore to study the specialized master in financial engineering, but eventually he actually was able to he was able to gain employment at a China company, but he was actually posted to Japan to take on the full-time role in Japan. So he's actually doing quite well in Japan now. So I always encourage my candidates to be open to be open to, there may be a chance that they may be posted overseas as well, and not only in Singapore.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think not only MBA but also financial engineering program has an internship opportunity for
Yes.
very long-term full-time internship. I think it's very great help for international students to get secure job in Singapore.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. So the
Thank you.
next question is to Erica as well for the mini Carnegie Mellon mini term for Carnegie Mellon exchange, not exchange,
Yeah.
but Carnegie Mellon program.
Right.
Is it so? Does everyone have the opportunity to go Carnegie Mellon if they apply to that program?
Yes, it is. There is. So when you apply for the program, do indicate that you wish to be on a CMU track. And once we offer you the admissions offer, it will be indicated that you will be under the CMU track. Yeah. So although we do have a quota, but and that's the reason why I would like in my session, in my sharing, I will always encourage the students or the candidates to apply early, because there is a quota to this. Yeah.
Thank you. So the next and last questions from audience for MBA program, Helen. If they are a dual degree program available for MBA students, for example, financial engineering or business analytics. I think business analytics is very new program for 2026 intake.
Thank you, Amy. If I understand your question, I think the candidate is asking if the double degree option is available for people interested in financial engineering and business analytics. Am I right?
Business analytics or other dual degree options for MBA.
Okay. Apparently, so far, not yet. Not yet. But for the students who are interested in the double degrees, they can choose to do like a regular top MBA in business analytics track with a track in business analytics. And then they can move on to a second year double masters with a SEC or with St. Gallen. For the one that we offer, the Nanyang Waseda double MBA, so that one is a general management program. So there are no specialization tracks. Is the whole entire 14 months Nanyang Waseda double MBA is curated to be a general management focused MBA program.
Thank you. So there is like at present no dual degree, but they can choose their concentration and specialized courses during the MBA programs.
Yes, that's right. So they can actually choose the specialization, but for now, we don't really offer like an MBA plus MFE. Not for now. We don't know in the future. Yeah, but good question.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. So thank you very much for very insightful and helpful info session and Q&A session. So in the final close, could you share your final thoughts or closing remarks? So Helen, could you go first?
Thank you, Amy. I think in a lot of the candidates pursued in an MBA program, I think there are many great MBA programs out there for you to consider. I think what's important to note is to really understand the strength of the universities. I think different universities have very interesting strengths and something unique about themselves. And I always encourage my candidates that if you personally feel that you truly resonate with this university strengths and what they are known for, then I think very likely that is the MBA program that is suitable for you. For NTU, we are very much known for tech innovation, and sustainability is a big thing right now. NTU, we have pledged our 15-year manifesto. It's a sustainability manifesto to really do our part, for a greener earth in the next 20, 30 years. And it's not something that we just say, but we have actually incorporated many of this research that was done in sustainability into our MBA programs and specialized master's program. Even in the entire ecosystem in NTU, when you step foot into NTU, when you look at the building, when you talk to the people, you will find that it's such a rich culture in tech, sustainability, and innovation. So my closing remark would be for many of our Japanese candidates out there, if you would like to have a taste of how is it like to be an MBS, I would really welcome and invite you to come join us, come for a campus tour, or come visit us, and we'll be more than happy to host you around Gaia.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I think Helen has actually said it all, but I guess for myself, I've always tell my candidates why is this a good time for them to to take this chance, because our program at MBS, our full-time program, is actually 1 year, and if we have specially curated this to be a 1 year compact program, simply because we know that taking 1 year away from work it's actually opportunity cost in terms of finances, in terms of your resources. So, but I would encourage them, just bite the bullet, take this 1 year away from work, invest in a good program that actually aligns with your career aspirations, and then and most importantly, if you know that this is the program that you want to pursue, apply early, because then you will have a longer runway to prepare yourself better, and then to also get yourself a higher chance of being admitted into the program as well. Yeah. Okay, that's all for
Yeah, thank you
my
very
sharing.
much. Yeah, I agree with that. So, Helen, so the building and campus environment, once I visited the campus, I think 2 years ago, the new building was in construction, but so so your screen, so the very
Yeah.
beautiful
Yes,
building,
correct.
yeah.
Thank you.
そうなんです。すごくね、本当に広いキャンパスで、キャンパスも新しく建設されて、とても、行った方はね、皆感動される、ものすごく綺麗な、校舎で、サステナビリティっていうのもおっしゃってましたけど、なんか木造とかでね、すごく広大なキャンパスなんですね。はい。で、あとはね、本当にシンガポールの就職、結構私たちも実情どうなのかなと思ったんですが、まあ、南洋理工大学、本当にね、伺う限り、テック、ガーファもそうですし、テンセントとか、あとファイナンシャルインダストリー、ファイナンス、金融業界とかもね、かなりトップの企業、シンガポールでも入っているので、しかも、エリカさんが言ってくださったように、1年間で MBA は終わることができる。プラス、フルタイムのインターンもできるということなので、いや、かなりね、実は有料プログラムなので、シンガポール行きたい方はぜひ、南洋理工大学で、お二人ともおっしゃってましたけれども、11月ですね、ちょっと、一般的な US、アメリカの MBA よりは、このファーストラウンドっていう最初の締め切りがちょっと遅めで、今から準備しても十分11月間に合うと思います。で、何度もこう早くね、出した方が、後になるとどうしてもコンペティティブになってしまうっていう、こう、競争率が上がってしまうので、ぜひ11月 MBA もファイナンシャルエンジニアリングも興味あるよっていう方は、なるべく早めに来ていただいて、3ヶ月ぐらいはね、準備できると思いますので、ぜひ早めに準備しましょう。で、NTU 南洋理工大学 MBA 金融工学行きたいよという方も、もちろん学校選びとか、で、転職、キャリア、MBA いつ行けばいいのか、そういった時期のご相談も無料相談まで来ていただければと思います。はい、ということで、Thank you very much for a great presentation, Helen and Erica.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Amy.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having us. Thank
bye.
you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.